Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
Hi, I'm Kenny Metroff.
Kenny is back for another day, another episode of Lifetime in Court.
Guess who's back? Kenny Metroff.
Kenny Metroff.
That song's about you.
Yeah, it is, I think. Another Lifetime movie, I believe, yes?
Yes.
Because we're a Lifetime in Court. We are covering some Hallmark, but not really. This one is called Random Acts of Christmas. So it's like Random Acts of Kindness, except they changed kindness to Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Okay, I see it.
That's great. How Christmassy.
How Christmassy is that? And
That's
it's based
very
on a
Christmassy.
true story.
Oh.
I did not know this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Noted.
Also set in Chicago. Drew, you should know that.
Great.
So-
What now is the true story in Chicago too?
Yes. Wow. Yeah, and I didn't really look up the true story because I just watched this before I came here. But I kind of remember this a little bit.
I don't know what this is about.
We'll see. We'll see
Drew,
if you
can you
remember.
pull up the...
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
He'll pull it up. So it stars Erin Cahill, Kevin McGarry, Jaclyn Smith, and Patrick Duffy.
Oh, okay. Great.
So you know those peeps. At least the last two.
Patrick Duffy downgraded to Butler.
Oh, yeah. He was in another Hallmark movie this year, and he was like the dad. He did a really good job.
Yeah.
It was like him and Kelly Pickler. So anybody acting with Kelly Pickler, God bless them.
Yeah, right.
It's a tough
God bless
gig
Yeah.
to
God bless.
act.
I have a tattoo that says that.
Right.
That's
Kelly,
how
it's like,
strongly-
you know how they say like don't act with kids or dogs or Kelly Pickler. It's
Yeah.
that.
It's that.
It's
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, don't they put peanut butter in the roof of her mouth to get it moving?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like they did Mr. Ed.
Yes. All right. So jumping into the movie, Joe, while you're doing some research.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
So-
I'm looking at.
We're in Chicago, okay? There is
Quote unquote Chicago.
quote
yes.
unquote. They have a lot of shots of like the city skyline.
Okay.
It is booming. Like Christmas spirit is booming crazy. Holiday time is happening.
It gets crazy here in Chicago.
In the Shy.
And there's like elves giving away free bus passes on little business cards. Wouldn't work on a bus.
No.
But you know, they're giving
Anyone who tries to give you anything in Chicago,
right?
just a little note: if you are visiting Chicago, anyone tries to give you anything,
Say no.
say no. They're not, because it's not
It's not
good.
It's not this. It's not giving away free bus passes.
No.
Or giving away clothes to like a homeless shelter. It is like
It's usually comps to a comedy show, and then you have to pay a drink minimum.
Yeah.
yeah. exactly.
Or you got to buy pay the Buddhists the thing. And there's all sorts of, just don't. It's not, they're not.
It's not worth
that.
it.
It's not that. It's not what you think it is.
Right. Our protagonist in this movie, her name is Sydney, and she is a single mother. She is a freelance TV news person. So she's not like affiliated with a network.
Freelance?
She's
Okay.
freelance. So she just kind of like makes stories on her iPad instead of a camera. And you know,
she's like a writer or
no, she
That's-
films
she's-
the
Okay.
news stories on an
She's trying
iPad.
she's trying to get full time on like
Okay.
NBC5.
is that a
essentially.
thing? I feel that. I guess that could be a thing.
Gotta be a thing.
Yeah.
Gotta be a
Yeah.
thing. Like, what's that Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he's like a murder? He like goes to like all the ambulances,
Yeah.
ambulance chaser.
Ambulance chaser guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
that-
of like that,
that one.
except with Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. with Christmas, and less Jake Gyllenhaal.
I know, which is a serious disservice
Yeah,
to
my
us.
first issue with this movie, and if anyone out there knows anything about Chicago real estate, she lives in a corner lot in a massive single-family home, and she's a single mother on a freelance journalist salary.
No.
All right, now I can suspend my disbelief only so far.
Yeah, that's a.
But
there's
I'm
a
like,
certain
that
point.
house is too nice for me to believe you're struggling.
What
lady.
what neighborhood?
Well,
Highland Park they mentioned multiple times.
yeah, that was my other issue with this movie.
Highland Park,
I know.
like by
Yeah,
University
up on the
of
north
Chicago.
Uh huh.
Oh
no, that's
Oh,
Hyde Park.
Sorry, Hyde
Highland Park, which is
That's not in Chicago. That's Highland Park.
that's north of Wilmette. He goes like Evanston, Wilmette,
that's
Highland
the
Park.
bougiest. That's bougie.
Yeah.
That's bougie.
They love Highland Park in this movie. But I think we can justify...
I mean, it's Home Alone. That's where Home Alone
Right.
takes place and stuff.
We can justify Sydney's a single mother beautiful house because her mom is a Charlie's Angel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know, so she
get
probably has that Charlie's Angel money because once you're
Yeah.
a spy or something in the 70s, like you get a good pension.
You do.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine.
That's when they had pensions. Yeah.
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 Jaclyn Smith plays the mom.
That's
I
what angels
totally,
have pensions.
yeah, I totally thought it was Deidre Hall from Days of Our Lives, Marlena, and I was like, oh my god, Deidre Hall from Days of Our Lives. No, it's what's her name, Jaclyn Smith, with blonde hair
Okay.
and a lot of Botox.
Well, yeah.
All the Botox.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually.
that's bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes you wonder how she paid for her daughter's house.
I
when
know, she spent it
also
all on
paid
her
for that.
face.
Yeah.
but she's just
But
there.
it wasn't
to be,
well done, so maybe that's why.
But you just
Right.
don't understand how much fucking money the angels get.
right.
So much
So
money.
much.
So much money,
So
those
much
angels.
And angels, they invest it well.
Oh.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. They invested.
They're-
They didn't invest in the Kristen Stewart Charlie's
I
Angels.
mean, they're
so
angel investors.
They're fine. They did the Drew Barrymore Lucy Liu one, but
They're angel
Yeah.
investors. You get it?
Yep.
Got it.
Anyway.
Charlie's
So-
Angels investors. Yep.
Yep.
Sydney gets stuck in gridlock traffic because there's Santa vans like blocking Lakeshore Drive or something,
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of fucking course it is.
and they're giving away. I don't know what they're giving away. Cake.
It
and
was like
pies?
Christmas cakes and pies.
Free food?
Like, yeah.
This is a hell of a drug.
But the
Hell of a drug.
all of Lakeshore Drive is backed up to the point
Yeah.
where she gets out of her car and goes to eat
She just
cake
leaves her
and
car.
pie and nothing.
Depending
Yeah.
on the time, you could probably just do that.
Sure.
I feel like.
They're like, the
They-
first couple drivers were mad, but after that, everyone was like on board with this free cake.
Yeah.
And there's like
Yeah.
Santa's dressed up giving out cake, and she's like on a
So
mission.
it turns into like a falling down situation. She's
Yes.
like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
leaving my car. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go shoot this place up.
And she even said, well, I didn't have breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since she's a
Yep.
freelance reporter, this is a story, right? So she's like, I'm going
Yeah.
to find out who is behind all these shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
It must be a secret Santa because
Who's ruining traffic?
Yeah, everywhere there is a event like this, there are little cards that say Secret Santa on it and that are given out. So she's going to find out who that Secret Santa is.
Yeah. Get it. Find it.
And she's...
And arrest them and kill them
exactly.
because
They're
they're
terrorists.
stopping.
They're terrorists.
They're terrorists
She finds a man.
and pedophiles and Nazis.
Yes. And she finds a man. His name
bit
is
much.
Cole. Okay. She's like, are you Secret Santa? And he's like, absolutely not. Would you like a cake? And she's like, okay, I will.
He says he's a freelance reporter just like her because he's thinking quick on his feet.
Yeah. He's like, what's your name? And she's like, Sydney. He's like, me too. What's your job? A freelance reporter. Me too.
Me
Mine
too.
is too.
Uh,
My name's Sydney, and I.
Do you like
also-
Highland Park? Me too.
Me too. Got it.
Yeah. He just does that the whole movie pretty much. But
Right.
no, really, he is actually not a freelance reporter. He has Patrick Duffy as his butler driver that Kenny mentioned. So we know something's going on.
Okay.
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 And it might be a Batman situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now
Or-
you got me.
Or
Now you got
in
me.
this alternate Chicago, freelance reporters make freaking bank.
They make bank, dude.
It's
Freelance
like
reporters
totally.
make bank here in Chicago.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, journalism students,
Come to
if you're
Chicago.
listening, come to Chicago.
So Patrick Duffy and Cole, the guy, are playing chess in a mansion. And you realize that he is not a freelance reporter. He is a Bruce Wayne type of person. He comes from a lot of money somehow. He has a mansion. And his goal is to remind people what Christmas is all about.
Can you refer to him as Bruce Wayne from now on?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Well, because
Just so I know who we're talking about.
Because whoever like scouted that location, they're like, we actually need something that looks like the Wayne Manor because it's like cathedral ceiling. You know, they have the
Oh,
long
yeah.
dining room table that looks like it's like medieval.
Look, Chicago is Gotham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
that's
is Gotham.
true. Well, in the best movies, it is.
Yeah,
Well,
no, it's Gotham. Yeah,
and
for
this
sure.
is a thing, Drew. Like, if I'm getting Batman vibes, it's heavily
Oh,
Batman vibes.
it's-
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
true.
No, that's why I was surprised. I was
Yeah.
like, "You're
Patrick-
getting Batman? You're getting Batman vibes?"
Yeah, and I thought he was that guy, the butler. What's his name? Like Cheese or
Patrick
something. Alfred.
Alfred. Yeah.
Alfred.
Yeah.
It was very much
Patrick
that.
Duffy. That's
Patrick
Batman's.
Well, he is.
Patrick Jeffy.
So, but Bruce Wayne has this like Secret Santa thing going on. It's very extravagant, and he's plotting all these surprises around the city.
Wait, so we just gave the reveal?
So he's also like a villain.
Oh, well, it's already. It's
All right.
not a reveal.
So he's kind of also a villain, though.
Kind of.
Like his Joker has the plans and gonna.
He does a lot of stuff like the Joker, but
Yeah.
then it ends up being a nice thing for
And
Christmas.
everyone's like,
I
hooray.
this.
Yeah, because
So
like the
he's
Joker
he's-
rented a bunch of white vans and did like terrible things,
He's
but
an
he rented.
anti-Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Ooh,
Yeah.
He
an
still blocked traffic, but he
anti-Joker.
gave away cakes.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I like this.
Uh-huh.
So
I like an anti-Joker kind of thing. That's cool.
Sydney is still being a single mom, and she cannot.
Still being. She didn't lose her kid.
She didn't. She can't find the hot toy this year. The hot toy is called a Sky Flyer.
Essentially a drone. Yeah.
She can't get it. She's trying everything. She can't get
It's
it.
tough, man. It's tough to get that
Okay.
Sky Flyer
So
this season.
the next morning, she wakes up and there's poinsettias or poinsettias all over her neighborhood.
Yeah.
On the
and
street.
And not only that, he also projected poinsettias in the sky. There's sky projections.
So he's
Like a bat signal,
Yeah,
but
like
a
a bat
poinsettia.
signal.
he's
Yeah.
the poinsettia.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the guy.
Exactly.
Wait,
and
cool.
this,
it's poinsettia, right?
You know
well,
what?
we
Here-
had
or
a
is that
debate.
tomato?
We
this
had a
thing?
debate.
No, it's not a tomatoes motto. It actually is. So it's like because it blew my mind.
It is.
because I've always pronounced it
Poinsettia. Me too.
Yeah.
but it is poinsettia,
Poinsettia is
Yeah,
the
I
correct.
don't like
and it is spelled that way.
It is the
So-
correct version.
But English is weird and things don't sound. But it is. It's like supposed to be pronounced that way. Apparently,
We had a whole thing about a poinsettia farm last year,
Yeah,
and we
there was
really went deep into the pronunciation because I was like, they pronounce it wrong the whole time, and I was like, but wait, I'm wrong.
It is actually the way that you pronounce it.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't want to be that person that's like, actually, it's poinsettia.
I
Well,
know.
since that though, I've been like, yeah, because it's spelled that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier for me to be like, poinsettia. I don't know.
There you go.
Anyway,
Fair enough. Fair
just
enough. Well, anyways,
look at the
I'm with
word.
you. I'm with you, Drew. I'm with you on this.
Look at the
Okay.
word just over and over again. Be
Okay.
like, oh yeah, it's spelled that way.
So
Poinsettia.
the poinsettias or poinsettias are creating all the neighbors to come out and be like, oh my God. So what is her name? Sydney's like, I'm going to make hot chocolate for everyone in the neighborhood. And Bruce Wayne comes over and he's like, I'll help you. Isn't this great? And she's like, yeah, this is like the story that I've been chasing. Like Christmas things, bringing people together.
and she has like an ethical issue because she's like, if I make hot cocoa and make this moment even more magical, am I creating am I fabricating the story too much? You know, and
a
like,
little
is
bit.
she,
a little bit.
But
I
then
mean,
she like
that's-
it doesn't
that's
care.
a good
It's
point.
Christmas.
It's a good point. Yeah, but it's Christmas though.
But she hangs out with Bruce Wayne all day, and they like she films her story, and she's like, "We should be partners. Like, you're a freelance reporter, I'm a freelance reporter. Let's do this." And like, who cares about who Secret Santa is? We'll just cover all the great things Secret Santa's doing. And he's like, "I have a hot tip on what he could be doing next." And so then it's kind of that thing. Very Lois Lane Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things too is like he's like this CEO billionaire guy, but he always makes time for her. Cause like every day he's like, our date got cut short, but why don't I just show up at 2:00 tomorrow afternoon? And she's like, yeah, that works because I'm freelance.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
true.
Work whenever. Yeah.
But he actually owns a company called Hauser. It's the country's leading Christmas decoration store. And it's run by the Bruce Wayne guy, and Patrick Duffy is also there, like, I don't know, holding a folder or something.
Run by Wayne Enterprises. Yep.
Yes. And he like gets a few boxes of decorations from work and like comes over to Sydney's house, and he's like, let's decorate the tree together. And she's like, where'd you get these decorations? He's like, don't worry about it. then he like tells a story about like how one of his like favorite decoration his mom made when he was a kid would like be writing words on a decoration, and bliss is like the word that sticks out with him because bliss means
is a good word.
Like
it means like
pure
pure happiness.
Yeah, I mean we know what bliss means.
I didn't know. I was like bliss, like a cranberry bliss bar from Starbucks. That's like all I know.
But you know, like
well,
bliss,
when you eat it, you know what you feel.
You know what
Oh,
bliss
okay.
means? Like bliss is the generalized like
Miss Bliss from Saved by the Bell.
I'm in bliss.
Yeah.
It's bliss.
However, this goes to show you she's not that good of a journalism because the guy's like a billionaire, like CEO of like it'd be like a journalist not knowing the CEO of Macy's, you know?
Right.
So-
yeah. Because you gotta
whatever.
you gotta know your CEOs if you're a journalist.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
You gotta know your CEOs.
Oh, Mr. Macy? I know him.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that is.
So yeah, but the son's like very much like delighted about the Christmas that's happening because they haven't been celebrating Christmas because she's like, you know, not really since her husband died or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Is this the one where she has a husband or does she adopt him? She didn't like adopt him, right?
The kid?
Yeah.
No.
That might be another one.
Maybe had him out of wedlock.
There's too many. There's
yeah,
too
they
many.
didn't really get
Out
into
of wedlock.
They didn't get into the biological father here, but I will say that the kid just yelled all of his lines.
Oh, the kid was terrible in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah, he had to be like 12 trying to play like a 6-year-old.
Yeah. And he
was just like, I love you, Mom! Mom! Oh, Hulk Hogan! Oh, a father figure!
Yes. It was awful.
I need a father figure.
Yeah. And he was like clingy and it's like, ew, get this kid away from me. You know, if I was like Bruce Wayne, I'd be like, you're never touching me again.
Flag.
You fucking weirdo.
Flag. Yeah.
Okay. So
Flag, please.
they go to Highland Park, our favorite place. They eat street food.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
That was another major issue I had with this movie.
Very
The
big
guy's
issue.
the guy, and I think the actor is very Canadian, by the way.
Yeah, he's hot.
And he's hot. He's a hot Canadian that does not know Chicago street food.
No.
Because he goes, you want the best street food in Chicago? Meet me in Highland Park. And I was like, what? No. I was
Nope.
about turning the movie off.
I know. Poor
Like,
Kenny.
get that out of here.
First of all, it's you can't have street food. in
No,
Chicago.
you
It's
can't.
actually
In the
illegal.
city,
Like,
there's
you
no
can't-
street food.
You can't just have it.
The tamale man's the closest thing we have to street food here.
Well, yeah, but you think like food trucks and then like also like other
Food
like
trucks
really
is
good
the
actual
only thing
ethnic.
that's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't have anything on the streets in Highland Park.
Definitely
oh,
not.
No.
What streets?
Yeah, what's
Like what streets
Yeah.
are gonna put it?
Yeah.
Like in a
Your
neighborhood?
Tesla just needs to hover above
Right.
street level.
Well, and the street food that they eat is like
Park.
a Thanksgiving like meal all in one. So it's not even like, you know, meat on a stick or something. It's just like the most
Yeah,
random
no,
thing.
It's not.
yeah, it was
that's not
like
a
deep
thing.
fried turkey on top of mashed potatoes. And like
and a
you,
piece of bread.
and you can tell the two actors
Okay.
are like, we're not eating this.
No.
'cause
No.
We- yeah.
Not something
Yeah.
Actually,
we're gonna
I
eat.
have a picture of them eating that. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah. And
there's just like
they just
no-
look too fit to actually
They're
eat.
like, look at this.
Uh-huh. They're like, you're
Yeah.
going to cut
Whoa.
before we have to take a bite, right?
Yeah, because it looks like nothing edible.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like anything.
So Sydney notices some Bluetooth speakers around Highland Park, and she's like, "Oh my God, Secret Santa's going to strike here soon because I know someone in the city, and I called, and they're not city speakers; they're Secret Santa speakers."
Yeah, she called
Oh.
her contact in the Parks and Rec department, and they're like, nope, we didn't put any...
Nah, we didn't
Nah.
put any of that stuff
Yeah,
there.
some other jagoff must have
Right.
up
Jag,
the
put that there.
Bluetooth.
So
What's Bluetooth?
What's
Right.
a Bluetooth?
What's the Bluetooth?
the speakers?
You know, my brother had a Bluetooth. He never went to the dentist to free
Hey,
jag.
get out of here.
the speakers start playing Christmas music, and then everyone in the town starts singing Christmas carols, you know, as they do. And Sydney is so inspired by this that she decides to spread her own Christmas kindness and put candy canes in people's windshields.
Yeah, but only like for half a block.
Yeah, and she's like, it's better than a parking ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I
if-
mean, yes.
I
it
know,
is.
but if
It is
you
better
had
than a parking ticket.
a candy cane on your windshield, Wouldn't you just throw it away?
I'm not eating that.
I'd just throw that away.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
I'd still
It
pay the
depends.
fine.
Like,
Right?
just write $50 to the city.
Yeah,
Right.
$50.
Like, fine. I'm sorry.
I'm just assuming that this is a $50 fine.
It kind of made me want to try it just to see what happens,
would
like on
be-
my block, because
it
it would
would
be
be
such a
interesting.
mind. It would be a mind fuck.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why is this happening?
But this is why I like this. This is like why it's like an anti-villain sort of thing. I'm just like fucking putting candy canes on people's windshields.
Yeah.
because people like you would look because if you had if you went to your car in Chicago and there was a candy cane fully wrapped, all good to go. And you would look. Your first thing you'd look around to be like, "Who
Would it have a note on it that says, "This is good to go"?
this is good to go?"
But that must be.
Right.
That would be worse. That would be worse. You'd be
That
like,
would be worse.
No, it's
No,
that means
there's
it's
no way
not-
this is
that
good to
means
go.
it's not good to go. But if you just like if it's just a candy cane, I'd be like, someone is fucking something is
Yes.
fucky. Something's fucky for sure.
So, you know, Sydney's like getting on this train of like spreading Christmas kindness, and you know, they bake cookies and stuff like that. Like they're getting closer, is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne and Sydney, they're getting closer. They're doing like things together, and the son's like they're like all about it because he really wants that father figure that we
He
talked
needs
about.
that father figure.
But there's this woman, and she like comes up. They're like at a, I don't know, a little.
It was like a petting zoo.
Sure,
It's like a Christmas petting. It was like as if they
the
were
free Lincoln Park Zoo.
Yeah,
Sure. I
I
don't
think
know.
they were trying to do
But
something
she's like,
like that.
Colin, what's up, Colin? Like, are you coming to the Christmas ball? And Sydney's like, who's Colin? I thought your name was Bruce Wayne.
No, so his real
Bruce
his
Wayne.
real name, the billionaire Colin Hauer, is his real name. But he told her his journalist name was Cole Howard.
Oh,
So
very
she's like,
close.
I thought your name was Cole. He's like, oh, I was a reporter for something last year, and they didn't remember my name. I'm just a lousy reporter.
Yeah, he like doubles down on the lie.
I'm just Batman. I mean, not Batman.
Not Batman.
I'm not Batman. Boo.
So
And I don't think we mentioned yet that there's the antagonist.
we
that-
haven't.
There's another freelance reporter who's trying to figure out who the
The
secret Santa.
Joker.
Yeah, trying to figure out who the secret Santa is before Sydney does.
Yes.
Okay.
And his name's Andy. He's a
Andy.
POC. He was actually in the Loretta Devine movie. He was Colin in that movie.
Oh.
So he's
okay.
doing double duty on Lifetime. Good
Yeah.
for him.
Good
And
job, dude.
What I love though is like every time
A villain in both, though, I must say.
Okay.
Yeah, every time she has interactions with Andy where there's like competitive workplace environment, and he's like, I'm going to figure out who Secret Santa is. And then she's like, that's not the point. The point is about how Christmas makes you feel. Go eat a gingerbread.
For real.
Oh, eat
Yeah,
a
like that-
gingerbread?
Yeah. She's like,
That's
go eat a gingerbread.
Yeah. She's like,
Oh, that's like it's like what,
go
what
eat
was
a
it?
gingerbread.
What was that? Back in the like, go suck an egg.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
That is
That's
not.
the Christmas version of that.
That is not
Exactly.
what people in Chicago would
No,
say.
that's not what they would say.
No,
But
they'd say, "Go
then
fuck
later
yourself
on,
with
he
a
ends up
cactus."
eating a gingerbread.
He
so.
does. So Andy is the guy. He's gonna break the story about Secret Santa. He like tells everyone he's gonna break it, and Bruce Wayne, to get ahead of the story, he gets a helicopter, his company helicopter, gets in it, and then drops like parachute like chocolates in little boxes
That's
all over the
fun.
city.
Oh, that's fun and cool. Weird. I like that.
No, all over Highland Park.
Oh, only Highland Park.
Oh, never
Again,
mind.
I can't move on. From
So Sydney's like live reporting from her iPad. She's like, "It's me on my iPad. I
Oh
got
yeah, she
someone
made
to
her
hold the-"
son record it. It's
Yeah.
like, no wonder you're still freelance.
She made her son
Your
hold the
sons are-
iPad. It's not even an iPad
I don't
mini.
know how to do the
Yeah.
iPad.
It's crazy.
Put
Yeah.
the iPad at me.
But she's reporting, and the story goes so well that she gets the full-time position at the news place, and Andy's story is debunked because how could his interview
Debunked.
with the Santa happen when the helicopter's going?
no,
How could it be possible? It's not possible.
you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy.
So we have Bruce Wayne. He invites Sydney to a romantic dinner. And since she's a reporter, she starts piecing things together, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And she's like,
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. She goes to the factory of Christmas ornaments because she sees on the tree a Bliss ornament. And she's like, he told me a story about Bliss, and they have a Bliss ornament at the factory. Interesting.
He looks exactly like that billionaire
Yeah.
that I always see on the news.
So she goes to the factory, and she sees Cole, like, up in the office, like, doing officey things. And she
Not reporting.
She
Being a
grabs a
CEO.
Christmas wreath and hides behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
fucking love this because she is just honestly, truly walking around, holding it in front of her face, still looking around and stuff, but just like holding it, making herself more obvious.
And then, like, when she's not hiding behind it, she holds it up like it's like a cop badge that she can just enter the premise.
I got a wreath.
I got a wreath.
Badge.
It was so funny,
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
Oh, and there was also the moment where she caught Cole getting into his Maserati that his butler is going to drive for him. And he goes, oh, and then the Patrick Duffy, perfect wingman's like,
Genius.
actually, I need you
A
to...
Maserati? You can only fit 2 people in fucking... Anyway.
Yeah.
You can only fit 2 people in the Maserati.
Well, whatever.
It had a logo that looked like Maserati. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, sure.
Anyways, they
matter.
have a sedan now.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm sure they do.
I'm sure there's the one car buff that listens to this podcast like,
Yeah.
actually.
No, actually.
Anyways, super nice car that a reporter would not be getting into. But then Patrick Duffy's like, oh, actually, I have to take you in this nice car to do that interview, Cole, that you're about to do. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then she's like, well, he must still be a reporter.
Right. But she kind of is piecing it all together now because
Sweet Maserati,
she
though.
sees
Yeah.
she sees Patrick Duffy and Bruce Wayne getting into the car, so she trails them and ends up at the mansion. She rings the doorbell. She's like, "You lied to me. How could you do this?" And he's like, "I'm sorry. I was going to tell you. At this romantic dinner tonight." And she storms off. She leaves, and she's like, "I can't believe you're Secret Santa." And then who's there? Andy. He followed her. Her rival.
Oh.
And he hears it and he's like, I'm going to get the story now.
I'm going to get it now.
He's like taking pictures and shit. So now he's going to really break
It's like the sounds.
Right.
They had the sounds, right?
He's going to really break the story. But he gets bombarded with Christmas kindness. And this is what Kenny was saying, where he is forced to eat gingerbread. Like, people are like putting garland around him and they're like, giving him like candy canes and making him eat gingerbread. Like everywhere he goes, like people are just like, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked
To
up.
the point where he doesn't break the story because he's so overwhelmed by the Christmas spirit that he can't do it.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, because the real story wasn't who was doing it. It was
That it was happening.
that it was
Exactly. And Sydney does a story about how Christmas is spreading through the town. And then we get a montage, slow motion montage of people in Chicago hugging. Hugging.
Oh, hugging.
For maybe like 2 or 3 minutes of hugging
No
in
kidding.
slow motion.
Wow. Wouldn't that be a thing, huh?
Right?
Wouldn't that be a thing here?
Oh, I always slow motion hug people
I mean, I
in
do.
downtown Chicago.
I mean, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
So Sydney has her promotion. She has
I
everything
just open
going
up
for
my
her.
arms
Yeah.
downtown. I was like,
What?
just come on. Get over
Sure.
here.
Yeah, but I do it enough slow motion that where if they don't want it, they can escape it.
They can leave.
But, yeah.
Right.
And leave your
Yeah.
giant arms.
But I'm coming in. It's Christmas, Chicago.
It's Christmas. I'm coming for you.
So Patrick Duffy comes in and he's like, Sydney, like, give Bruce Wayne a chance. Like, he didn't do it out of malice. He's just trying to help the town.
He's just trying to be a Christmas Batman.
And he gives her a gift. And it is the sky flyer
The
thing
drone
that her kid wanted. And he's like, this is from him. He has a connection.
It's from Santa Claus.
He got it. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
He had it flown in from like Switzerland.
It's
or
from Santa.
something.
Yeah.
She
it's
goes
from
to the
Santa.
mansion. She's like, thank you, Bruce Wayne. I can't believe this. This is so nice.
Oh my God, Bruce Wayne.
And he's like, I didn't expect to fall in love with you, but I did. And I'm here and I love you. And she's like, I love you too. And they kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a good one. I was like, oh, yes. And then it's Christmas morning, and the little kid opens a present. He's like overly thrilled, of course. And Patrick, Duffy, and Jaclyn Smith seem like they might get together because she was in none of this movie. And then they all go outside for one more Christmas surprise from Secret Santa. And it's one of those Skywriter things.
Ooh.
And you don't actually see the plane.
You don't see the plane. You just see like a little, like, it's like a finger writing on an iPad.
Yeah.
And it writes,
in red.
Surrender Dorothy. Right?
From Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. And that's
Was
what it
there
writes.
a Wizard of Oz
Oh,
reference?
That's just what it wrote. And I was like,
It said Merry Christmas or something.
oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't say Surrender Dorothy.
You're fucking with me.
You really believe me
I
on that one.
did. No, I did because it could.
Just
be
kidding.
that.
It said Merry Christmas, of course. What else would it say?
It said Merry Christmas, Dorothy.
Dorothy. And you're like, wait a minute.
Wait
And
a
it's just like
second.
Geico for 15% off or more.
Right?
You're like, oh my God.
You're like,
it's
oh, this is all
Christmas.
just a Geico ad?
It's Christmas.
There you go.
Geico.
And that's the movie.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
it should be noted that they did a top-notch job of working in the titular line. Like, at one point she said, the Secret Santa is committing all these random acts of Christmas.
Random acts. Oh, they did have that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Wow.
So I'm just letting you know, Drew,
Yep.
as you're
No,
That's
I'm
true.
calculating your score.
As I'm notating my
Yeah,
score.
I see you over there,
He has his
Doing all
scorecard
your-
out.
I have a spreadsheet.
his spreadsheet, everything.
I have Excel up, and I'm ready to.
Okay,
I'm ready to give my
Kenny.
verdict.
On the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. What are you going to do to this movie?
Well, Patrick, you know me. You cut me open and I bleed the Chicago flag.
Yeah.
I know.
I love
it's
this
true.
city
It's
Yep.
true.
so goddamn much. So good. That it just pained me to hear that the best food in Chicago was in Highland Park. Get out of here.
Get
with that.
out.
You stop traffic on Lakeshore Drive for your freaking cakes. I'm gluten free. Get out of here with
Get
that.
out.
Get out of here with that.
Get out.
And and also, like, they were too good looking. Their houses were too nice. This whole thing just felt like one big Lexus commercial
Yeah.
for the holidays.
You know, that's true.
It really did. They dressed, and if we're, because again, you have opened my eyes to the diversity in these movies.
Yes.
And they really, like, the only POC people were the boss, which was good that, the boss was a POC, but,
Yeah.
she was, not the nicest. And then the antagonist, Andy,
Yes.
he was, not a good guy there for a while.
Okay.
But
Until
he
he
did
had that
eat
gingerbread. Until he ate the gingerbread, then it was good.
Until he ate the gingerbread.
That's all it took.
I guess.
But the main reason I'm going to put a cork in this is because you guys told me that it's poinsettias, and I don't like that.
Dang.
And I'm putting,
That's fair,
I'm
though.
putting a cork in this
Hey,
whole evening.
That's fair.
That's fair. That
fair.
is fair.
You guys just sound like a
I
bunch
get
of
it.
douches.
Last
It's
year, I would have agreed with
poinsettia.
you, but now.
But now I'm telling you that is how it's pronounced.
Actually poinsettias.
Okay. No,
Drew, how
it's
about you? Drew,
No,
how
I'm
about
putting
you?
a cork in it.
I'm gonna pour it up because of Batman, because of Bruce Wayne.
I knew you would.
But here's the thing. They got a lot of things wrong. about
This
Chicago.
wasn't Batman, right?
I know it wasn't.
It's the
Okay.
most Batman it has ever been.
but it's the most Batman it's ever been.
Okay.
But I will. I'm pouring it up because I know. Like, yes, I agree with you. All the things I got wrong about Chicago, totally wrong. And actually, Highland Park is not Chicago. It is a separate city. It is not Chicago. It's very separate.
Billy Corgan lives there, though. Side note.
Yeah, Billy Corgan does live there.
Oh, really?
And a lot of John Hughes movies were based in Highland Park. That's for it. I'll give it for that.
Okay.
Like, as a Christmas movie in Highland Park, great job. But, like, yeah, I'm gonna pour it up because I love the weird Batman-y shit of, like, oh, well, I like the idea of being like an anti-villain, not a hero, an anti-villain
Yes.
and being like an anti-Joker, where it's just like, I'm still going to fuck with people, but in a good way. I like that. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool, weird thing to do.
It was weird.
He had mommy issues. That's why he did it all.
Sure.
I mean, all of the things that happen are for mommy issues.
Right.
Anything that a dude does is because of mommy issues.
So, yes, I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to pour it up for this one. I know, Kenny, we're disagreeing, and you don't like that. But...
It's okay. We can agree to disagree.
What I like about this movie, apart from the Christmas in Louisiana movie, which I liked the context of that movie, but I didn't see the chemistry. This one, I felt the chemistry more with the protagonist.
Oh, okay.
I did like that. I also really like the supporting cast. So, like, we had Patrick Duffy, who was, like, very reliable. Like, he was playing the butler, but he was doing so much with so little that it was an interesting character.
Yeah. And I like that he got paired up with the mom later.
Exactly. We put a little bow on that. It was good writing. Like, maybe the details weren't necessarily, like, accurate, which, you know, that's what you should do as a writer. But as far as, like, writing for, like, keeping things moving and, like, not falling into the same tropes of, like, we're going to the town and we're going to be in a little town. Well, it was like a city movie. Do they depict Chicago
It was
accurately?
probably cheap.
No.
Way cheaper to film in Highland Park.
Right. Well, and I don't think this movie was filmed in Highland Park.
At one point,
This was in Toronto or something.
Yeah, sure.
and you know what? I at least stuck it out. My wife tried to watch it with me, and at one point, halfway through, she's like, "Just admit you're in Canada." And she
Exactly.
went to bed.
Yeah.
So,
Well, right.
I got to
Another
side with
reason-
my wife too.
I think-
Another reason to
she
pour it
put
up
a
for
cork
me.
on it before
A lot
I
of this,
gave it a chance.
A lot of this comes from
Another reason to pour it
being
up
in
for me.
Chicago, like being in Chicago. The writer, her name's Barbara. She actually writes a lot of these things. So Barbara, keep writing. You're doing great. Maybe focus on the details a little bit more. If you're gonna
if
like
you
set
need
it
a
in a
Chicago
Chicago,
consultant,
yeah,
please.
There's a
Reach out,
shitload
Barbara.
of your audience in Chicago who are like, that's not what?
right. So you know that is like, but
And
overall,
when you get to see the people who are like Kenny,
yes,
and you know me too, where I'm like, that's not a thing in Chicago. That's not a thing.
sure.
You
Call
consider
us,
that.
Barb. Just call us.
For me, that's
Call-
less
give us a
important.
call.
It's
Yeah.
more the
Our
vibe
billable
of
hours are
what's going
reasonable.
on.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe.
It's the
vibe.
spirit
and
of
and I
Christmas.
liked the Batman because I knew Drew would like the Batman, so I was
I do
excited
love
to
that.
come talk about it with Drew.
I do
Yeah.
love that.
And that is why I'm pouring
Well,
it up.
if I wanted Batman, I'd watch Batman.
It's true, but I can't watch Batman. It's too scary.
Really?
It's not scary.
The Catwoman falls out of the roof and then like drinks milk out of a little milky thing.
That's Batman too.
I don't know. It's so scary. And the penguin, he lives in the sewer. That's terrifying. Why is he in the sewer? He's a penguin.
Poor guy.
Those aren't even the scariest ones.
That's not even the scariest shit.
They have nipples in that one where they have nipples. That's so scary.
All right.
Alicia Silverstone. She's a Batman.
That's a horrible different movie.
Oh, I
That's
don't
a
know.
horrible Batman. Anyway,
you know,
look, we'll talk about
Anne
Batman
Hathaway. She's in one, and she's like has a whip. Scary.
later. She does.
There you go.
She does. Anne Hathaway with a whip. I can't. Yep.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I-
Also amazing.
Well, that was
And
also
I-
the time she hosted the Oscars too.
Right.
She had a whip in that too, right?
Yeah, she had a whip in
she
that.
did.
In my mind, she always has a whip.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. I just see her in Devil Wears Prada. So
yeah,
that's
no.
the difference
Which
between
she
a
has
gay and a straight.
Which she has a whip though.
You know.
I mean, I see her in that too, but she has a whip.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, so we are into the whip.
Oh, we're totally into
Cool.
it.
All right, let's do a Candace.
Candace.
What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. Okay.
All
What you say,
right.
Candace Cameron Bure?
Okay.
This segment where we watch Candace's Instagram and we talk about it.
Let's talk about what did Candace Cameron Bure say?
Let's talk about it. So
Been waiting.
I don't know
all
what this
day
is. We'll
for
see.
Candace Bure.
That's right. We will play this and we'll see what happens.
Y'all ready for this? Butter?
She's baking.
Just because I've lived in too many Hallmark movies. Boop. Can't bake cookies without flour on your nose.
Yeah.
I really like to clean as I go along. Real life DJ Tanner.
Little montage going on.
I think I have visitors. Nothing's better than being a mom and your kids come home while you're baking cookies. Hi!
Well, this is right up where the girls at.
Welcome home! I hear somebody else. There's somebody else at the door. It's Tashi! I have all
That's her
my
daughter.
I missed you so much.
Oh,
Her son's a bit extra.
I'm baking cookies.
All right. You get the idea.
you know,
Candace is baking cookies.
she's baking cookies, getting
For her
happy
family.
about her family coming by.
They're all coming home. Probably for Thanksgiving break. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I give her that. I'll give her that. I have not like.
There's nothing that weird that I'm expecting you to say. I just thought it was funny that she said, "Are y'all ready for this?"
Yeah.
And then she starts
It was
baking.
like,
Yeah.
she should have changed the music to. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to commit to the jock jam,
Yeah.
then jam.
Then jock jam.
Jock
Yes.
jam.
But also, Candace isn't very, like, I know she has a kitchenware line, but she's not very cookie, like, maker. So I was surprised to see her baking.
Yeah.
And they were happy about it.
Now, who's because I'm kind of new to this world of like social media influence. Does she have like an actual camera person that's filming those?
Probably
Or
she
does she
has.
have a stand?
Well, she says she doesn't have an entourage, so
She probably has her maid or something do it.
something. She doesn't have a social media manager because they wouldn't let her
Yeah.
post all the
Oh
shit
yeah,
she
no,
posts.
she
yeah.
definitely
And
doesn't.
most of her stuff she posts is not that produced. Like that had a soundtrack, that had
Yeah.
editing. Most of her stuff is her in her
Okay.
car
Maybe-
pressing
maybe-
record.
maybe
Because
she's-
that one like definitely seemed like
That was
like,
produced.
oh man, whoever had to hold the camera. Sorry, about that.
maybe she's like getting one though.
She should. I mean, she could hire me, and I would get that money.
Yep.
I would get that money.
You'd make her look
I make her look
perfect. And then
great.
you'd also be like, "Hey, girl, nope, take
Yep.
that down.
Save. Let's not respond to the haters.
We're not gonna
Let's
respond to
just,
the haters. We're just
let
gonna-
it slide. Let it
We're
roll.
just gonna give a thumbs up
The
to
main-
anything that anyone says."
Exactly.
The main theme I get from every time I'm watching Candace Cameron Bure is that I worry that she's like lost her humanity. Anyone
Yeah.
else? Anyone
Yeah,
else?
a
like
little
absolutely.
like
I no,
there
I-
is no
I worry-
there.
I've gotten
It's
to the
just
point
a
where
shell
I'm
of a
worried-
human.
I'm
Yeah.
worried about her. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm worried about her. I'm like, how? Like really, how you doing though?
Yeah, like
Really,
really.
Are
yeah.
you okay?
Yeah.
Like, cause when we started this, it was very much like, shut the fuck up. You
Oh, yes.
fucking-
Oh,
you
yeah.
But I've gotten to the point. I like after watching her, I'm like, I got to know her a little bit, and I'm like, you know what, Candace is. It's more like where she's become this like aunt or
Oh, okay.
aunt.
Yeah.
Auntie.
Become an auntie where I'm like
Poinsettia.
yeah, a poinsettia aunt that I'm just like, oh, Aunt Candace, hang on, just don't post that. I'm on your side now. Like I get it. You're just a person, and that's all you need to do. You just don't post that one thing. And if you don't worry about what people say about you. you know that you're famous. You're super famous. She's what? How many followers she got? 2 million?
3 million? I don't know.
I mean, that's insane. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's 3 million people.
That's
who
2.5
are
million bots, but yeah.
Sure, the bots.
Probably. But take that.
Yeah.
That's 1 million real people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, I think a lot of these are unique, real people that are following her. It's like just a couple of people say some shit about you. Like,
she gets it
calm
under
the
her skin.
fuck down about it. Like, fuck those people. Cameron, Bure,
Almost
Candace.
4 million.
Dude, that's
yeah.
that's a lot. And then those are probably organic. And you just don't take shit from people. I get on her side a lot of these times. I get on her side. Where I'm just like, dude, don't.
I guess what I'm saying,
worry
Drew,
about it.
is that every time I've seen her, I'm just like, no real human being acts like this. Like, so that's what worries me. I'm like, you don't seem like you have any authentic, like, interactions in your life.
Yeah, I see that, but I actually do think she does have those, like, she has those moments when
Like
when she goes to
Instagram.
the public, she is an actress.
Well, because she's been doing that her whole life.
Yeah. But I think she actually, like, when she's, like, kind of showing her real life, she actually does have these, she's a person.
So you're
she's a
that's
real person.
fine.
I have gotten to the point where I'm actually defending her, which is insane.
And this does feel like we are family. Like I don't know, guys. I'm worried about Aunt Candace. Oh, she's fine.
Right.
She
It's
just
so
needs to
true.
ignore the haters.
It is so true.
That is where I'm just like, I'm worried about Aunt
No,
Candace.
we need to put her in a home, Drew.
Right? It's so true. Oh my
worried
God.
about
Yeah,
Aunt
see,
Candace.
Patrick backs me. This is.
But I
Yeah.
know,
Candace needs
but
to
I
go
also
in a
know, I also understand. I completely
You
understand
got it.
that.
You know why we're doing the segment, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's funny. It's funny. Like, you've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
Maybe,
You're in a Candace cult.
Yeah, you're in a Candace cult.
I'm part of the cult, I guess.
There you go. There you go.
I wish you would start a cult. That would be
Yeah,
amazing.
She'd be a great cult leader.
Oh, she would be Candace. If I know you're not listening to this.
Her assistant might
Your assistant,
Right.
Candace's assistant.
start a cult.
Start a cult.
Candace cult.
Candace cult. All the
Candace cult beret.
Candace cult beret.
Candace Colt Bure.
All right.
That's
on that
amazing.
note, I think we'll
Yes,
have one.
absolutely.
Kenny,
I will move to any part of Oregon for this cult.
Any part of it.
do you have anything you'd like to plug on the podcast?
Yeah, I have some holiday show. One holiday show with multiple performances coming up at the Second City in Chicago on their studio stages. It's called
time.
Gold, Frankincense, and America.
America.
Play on words, not myrrh, but America. And
get it.
it's going to be a great show. It'll be the Thursday, Friday, Saturday before Christmas. You can go secondcity.com and try to navigate that website, or you can just go to my website, KennyMetroff.com. That's spelled Metroff.
2 F's.
And just click on show dates, and we'll get your tickets. It's always a great time.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Drew, how about you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Drew with but with pants. You can also check out my band, thelimbos.com. We have a website. It's
Perfect.
Limbos.com.
They're
And I was
really
going to
good.
say, hey, you can listen to us on Spotify and all those things.
But
But
limbos.com.
Limbos.com. It's easier. that
You
way.
can also check out lifetimeoncourt.com.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
great. We all have websites.
And
I'm also on Spotify. I make some great playlists. None of it's
cool.
my original music,
Wait,
but
you make playlists?
I'm really proud of my playlist.
Oh, that's awesome. What's your Spotify thing? I want to look.
Just my name, I guess.
Kenny Metroff.
yeah,
Kenny
Kenny
Metroff.
Metroff has some
They're like public
badass
lists.
Playlist.
Yeah, I think so.
He has a badass playlist.
Mine's like Britney Spears, all her music in one
It's
playlist.
just- that's all. That's all you use it
Yep.
for.
No thought went into that.
You just select all on her.
I like Britney Spears,
her
put it in a
old
playlist, and I just call it Britney
discography.
Spears, and that's it.
I have one also go metal as fuck. So you can
Go.
just type up metal as fuck and you'll find me.
All right. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, listeners. For
I have no
checking
choice.
back in. You don't have a choice. For checking in with Life from Court, you can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Life from Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.